Alright, so this is just going to be like a rambling type video. Like, I'm only going to record it once, and whatever comes out, comes out, and I don't know if I'm going to upload it or not. So, we'll see. This first one, I was just thinking about nihilism, and I was like, okay, why not? I'll just talk about it. It's one of my favorite philosophies because of just how much of a double-edged sword it is. And this is going to follow kind of the format of my channel. Like, there's going to be a conclusion, there's going to be an intro, probably not like in the video sense, like an editing sense, like there's not going to be an intro card or anything like that. Probably, I don't know how I'll do this, but this is just going to be like me talking, non-scripted, just rambling about a certain subject. I kind of wanted to do something like this for a while. I like doing unscripted stuff. I often script my videos, but sometimes I just want to let loose and not do anything with that. So yeah, I'm going to try it once here. So on nihilism, and we're going to discuss, well, what is nihilism? How can it help us? What is its purpose? What can we use it for? What are the downsides? How does it affect us as people? And, how does it play into our world today? Because nihilism is everywhere. You see it everywhere. It's just such a force to be reckoned with. And this might branch off into like other things. Like, I'm not going to go on a tangent on like a whole other subject, but I might talk about like, a few other things related to nihilism, but not exactly in nihilism, like on nihilism. But anyway, whatever, let's just get started. So I guess we'll start with what is nihilism. Nihilism at its basic root core, and I should also mention this is coming from someone who's not a philosopher. I like to research philosophy and do things like that, but I don't have a degree in it. I'm just a guy that just watches some YouTube videos, reads some books sometimes, does some light research, and just forms opinions on that from his own struggles, and just kind of gets it off his chest. Maybe this can help you if you're struggling with the same things, but take from this what you will. That is what this channel is supposed to do. It's supposed to help you in the end. It'll help you learn something. So let's get started. Anyway, on nihilism, my own opinions and rambles. So nihilism at its root core is basically nothing matters, so that's it. Nothing matters. That's all there is to it, basically, with nihilism, in the roughest sense you can get. And that's why I love it so much. Nihilism is basically, hey, do you like video games? Yeah, I love video games. Well, everything you do in that game doesn't matter. That's basically real life. God, I really damaged that word. Basically, that's real life. That's it. This is the one chance you get at real life. And then that's it. You're dead. And this plays into so many things in life, like religion, and how should I live my life, and what is life's purpose, and what am I supposed to do, and everyday life, like, should I brush my teeth? Or you should probably do that. Or, I mean, like, should I go to the store today, or, just do nothing today? And I had the same conflict today. Like, I was sitting down in my couch. I did all my homework in school earlier, and I was like, all right, then I got like an hour of nothing to do. What should I do for the rest of my day? I've done everything I need to do today for school. I can do a new YouTube video, or I could, fix my car, because my car ABS system went out and I need to fix that. Or I could do all my math homework for the rest of the week. Who the hell wants to do that? But I was just throwing around ideas, and then all I eventually ended up doing was sitting down and watching TV for the entire day, trying to write up a script. I was like, this is horrible. And at the end of the day, I just kind of went upstairs and I was like, this is horrible. What a waste of a day. I was like, wow, wait, that's nihilism in play. What a rhyme. But anyway, basically, yeah, I wasted my whole day. Nothing mattered, and that was basically my attitude for the whole day. This whole thing didn't matter, so I might as well just do nothing. And that kind of segues into my first point about nihilism and why it's such a double-edged sword. To me, personally, there's tons of different types of nihilism, but the three biggest that I see people always use is, and this is excluding religion, the biggest three that I always see is nothing matters, so I'm going to do my best in life, and, you know, do what I want to do anyway. Nothing matters, so I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. And nothing matters, so I'll just give up. And that's why nihilism can be such a dangerous thing, but it can also be such a beautiful thing and such a great thing. Like, hey, nothing matters. We only get one shot, so I'll do my best. I'll live my dream. Nothing will hold me back. I'll be the best I can be. And then there's the other side of that, where there's the other extreme. It's like, oh, nothing matters. I can do whatever I want. And that goes into the whole debate on where's your moral compass and what's your guiding factors and what's your role model and what are you going to do with that freedom? You know, you can't go out and like steal a bunch of cars and, you know, you get that freedom taken away. Like nothing mattered. I stole a bunch of cars and then now I'm in jail for the next 60 years for Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that's why it's so dangerous to me. And then there's the other extreme on the negative side. That's nothing matters, so I'll do nothing. My life sucks. I don't care. That's it. I'm going to die anyway. Why should I try? What's going to happen in the end? You know, I'm just going to end up in oblivion anyway. That's it. That's all. And that's just a horrible way to live your life. Think about it. If you had a friend who was sitting on his ass all day watching TV, you know, he's watching reruns of South Park all day, wouldn't you want to get him to do something? Like, go get a job. Or wouldn't you call him a bum or like a sloth or a freaking couch potato? Like, go get a damn job. You know, go do something. Go live your life. Go find a girlfriend. You know, and we see it all the time in our modern culture. You got guys like doomers everywhere. You got doomers now. That's a big fucking thing. Oh my god. Flashbacks to freshman year. You know, that whole fucking thing. That was funny. Proto-doomer here. Trying to tell you guys, don't be a doomer. It's not fun. But anyway, I mean, you just see it every day. I hear a ton of stories about my friends and from people that I know who have told me, and just like, I have days where I don't want to do anything at all. And sometimes I just take a day off and I don't do anything. And yeah, that's okay. But then that just transpires that I don't do anything at all anymore. And it just continues in that cycle. And to me, that's just horrible. That's not how you want to live your life. That's not the greatest way to live your life. How are you going to eat? How are you going to feed your kids if you have any? Or how are you going to feed your family? How are you going to pay bills? How are you going to continue living? Are you going to be a burden for everybody else around you? I mean, that's just, you know, pretty shitty, man. I got to admit, if you're a part of my family, I'd probably kick you in the ass. Try to get you back out there. But, you know, people every day that I know struggle with the idea of nihilism. And it's pretty common. Nothing matters. I'll do whatever I want. Or nothing matters. I'll just give up. You know? It's very common nowadays. And I think it's something that comes with the times. You know, I just think it's something we didn't expect would happen. I don't know where it came from, to be perfectly honest with you. I cannot pinpoint like a date in time where it would happen, where everybody was just like, oh, well, nothing matters. I can tell you about Niles and his theory, you know, the guy who came up with nihilism, but that's a little bit off the cusp, and that'll take a long time. And this video was only supposed to be like around 10 minutes. Maybe I'll do 15 or 20. I don't know, man. But anyway, what can you learn from nihilism? And let's do the conclusion real quick. And then I could talk about my favorite thing about nihilism. So what can you take from nihilism? Well, nihilism, like I said before, is a double-edged sword. You can take good from it, or you can take bad from it. The best side, or the neutral side, is I'm going to do my best anyway. Because nothing matters in the end. I want to get one shot. Might as well make this count, right? And do whatever you want. And you can combine everything from nihilism except the I'm going to give up part into something great. Like, nothing matters. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to, you know what? Screw what everybody else thinks. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to live my life, be the happiest version I can be, and do anything I want. you know? And that's great. That's wonderful to me. That's one of the greatest parts of life is that choice. And thank God we live in a world, or, thank whatever the hell is out there. Hopefully there's a God. But, thank whatever's out there. We got this world that we can live in, that we could have that choice, that we could do whatever we want, and we could appreciate nihilism. And then there's the dark side of nihilism, like I talked about before, and you want to stray away from that. And it's so easy to fall into that trap. Like I said before, I've had friends and people I know who just got into that routine of coming home from work or coming home from school and just doing nothing. Just sitting down watching TV or playing games, or not really doing anything to further enhance their lives, like learn a new skill or do something that'll get that bag, or do anything to really help them. And I think that's just one of the greatest crimes of life. I appreciate that we have that choice, but that's not really the choice you want to make. And then another thing you got to understand with nihilism is that there's so many outside factors. Like everything in this world, every philosophy, there's outside factors that come into play that we need to talk about. So let's say, for instance, depression and Jesus, I'm losing my mind. I had to step away for a second, and now I've just lost my train of thought. You ever hate when that happens? When you're just like doing something and then you just lose your train of thought? Anyway, the outside factors, that's basically what I can remember. The outside factors like depression, that can lead you to delving deeper into nihilism, that, hey, nothing matters, and I'm depressed, that nothing matters. And there's a lot of other mental disorders and, mental problems, not necessarily a disorder, that can push you into nihilism that I cannot name off the top of my head, and I cannot remember why. It's been a while since I've read about nihilism. But personally, after all this time of following nihilism and just thinking about it, it's honestly my favorite, because of just the sheer amount of ways you can interpret it. It's like a really open-ended book or a really good play. You can just leave everything up to your imagination. It's just perfect. It works well. If you do it, if you think of it right, and if you put it into action properly, it can be the best way to live your life. But if you do it wrong and you put it into action in a negative way, it can be the worst way to live your life. And that's why I love nihilism so much. And that's why I like to use it as a writing tool in different stories that I can create. It's just such a perfect way to encapsulate a character and to live our own lives. It's just really well, and it works out pretty well. If you look at it right, is what I'm saying. But anyway, I think that'll be the end for this one. I went on a little bit too long, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll make these 15 minutes. I don't know if people will stick around that long to hear me ramble about something. But anyway, I hope this is able to help any of you who are dealing with nihilism. That'd be really cool. And I hope you guys learned something from this, at least, or got a little bit of a personal history with me. I know this has been kind of fun. But maybe I'll do another one of these soon. I don't know. This is kind of like one of those test trial thingies. So that'd be cool. Anyway, thanks for listening, I guess. Bye. I literally forgot how to fucking... This is how late it is. I literally forgot how to stop the recording. Oh my god.